Hey everyone, it's Jessica Michaels here with another Cherry on Top video for Technique Tuesday. And this month we are featuring glitter. So I'm doing something a little bit different. I know, surprise, surprise, I usually go my own way with these themes and challenges. But I am doing a travel notebook spread today, and I'm pulling out the brand new collection by Photoplay that's in the shop, and it's called Travel Junk, and I absolutely love this collection. I'm using it for some camping photos in my little travel notebook here. So I've got 2 pages that I'm working on today, and I've already cut them down to fit inside my page protector. So they're about 4 inches by 8 1/4 is what I usually make them, somewhere around there. And I just use some textured white cardstock for that, which I'll link below my favorite one. And I have 3 photos that I'm working with today. I'm using the Travel Junk collection in that tag sheet that I've cut a couple tags off of for the feature point on the right side of my page. And then I've got these Brutus Monroe camping stamps that I'm going to use one of, and maybe a phrase off of that. And then I've got this sticker sheet from this Photoplay collection that I am just in love with. There's so many really, really good things on there. They've got these round little embellishments that you can use as epoxy stickers that you can buy the clear epoxy pieces to go on top of. So all you have to do is just punch them out with a circle cutter or cut them out yourself, which is what I did. And then you just put the epoxy over them. I opted not to use those because I actually didn't order those to fit. I messed up. I didn't even have a circle cutter that fit these, but I just made do with what I have on hand, and I cut them out using my circle punch, but I didn't have the exact size. I used it anyways, and it worked out just fine. And then this other one, I did actually cut it out by hand. And then I just left them the way that they are. And as far as the glitter on my layout, again, I'm doing something a little bit different today. So I'm using embossing powder for my glitter. I've got this beautiful embossing powder that I recently bought from the Cherry shop. It's by Brutus Monroe, and I absolutely love this color. It's like a rusty orange color, which is actually my favorite color. So what I've done here is I just stamped some stars on here with a star stamp from my stash. I think it was from Pretty Posh, or Pretty Pink Posh, I think it's called. And I just stamped it a few times using some Versamark ink, and then I've sprinkled on that Brutus Monroe embossing powder, and now I'm heating it up with my heat tool to actually activate that. So it's going to make a really pretty kind of puffy, glittery star design, which I absolutely love. So my glitter on my page is just going to be a very subtle kind of glitter. I'm not huge on using loose glitter on any of my projects, so this is a really great way to get a little bit of sparkle on your page without making a giant mess as I would with some loose glitter. I'm usually pretty good with embossing powder, believe it or not, but loose glitter I tend to get everywhere. So this is a good kind of happy medium for me. And then I'm going to actually add a little bit of glitter in a second way in this video as well, but we'll do that in a moment, and I'll show you how I do that. So here's my photos. I left a little white outline. I use a little Canon printer to print them small like this when I do these little photo collages, and I love it. I've been using that for a couple months now, and I really, really like it. And I've got this cut down. I did cut the white down on this side a little bit so that I could use a pattern piece of paper behind it on both sides to give it kind of an accent piece. And then here I'm just taking some wax twine that's from my stash, and I'm just going to thread this through my tags and kind of tie them together. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm going to actually speed this up a little bit here for you because I actually spent quite a bit of time twiddling with that, trying to get it in a cute little bow because of my nails, and I just was having trouble getting it through there on my own. And then I just stapled down the tails so that they were on that left side, and I'm just going to add a stamp here of this little camper from the Brutus Monroe stamp set. I'm going to add another stamp in a little word phrase as well. I'm going to go ahead and put that little element there underneath my photo so it peeks out of the bottom, and then I'm going to add my photo there, and I'm going to actually end up stamping this Wanderlust, and then I'm going to stamp my camper on top, and I'm going to color my camper in with some Copic markers. So I'll fast forward that piece too, because you don't have to watch me coloring this in the whole time, so I'll fast forward that for you. And then basically from here, I'm just going to add a few more elements to this. I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. I've got this Simple Stories stamp set here that's super cute. I just recently got that too. I think that's from the For the Record collection. I think it says right there on it, but it's really small on my screen when I do this editing, so I can't see it right here. But I'll check and make sure, and I will list all the things down below in the description that I've used. In case you want to grab anything from the charity shop, you'll have the links down below. You can just click on those. And there I've got my date there. I'm going to go ahead and write that in just using a pen. And this here is from another collection that I just recently got in the mail from Simple Stories. And I am in love with it. But all I did was I just used that little chipboard, a binder clip. I don't want to spoil the surprise because I didn't actually do the unboxing video for it yet. So, and I really need to get that filmed. I filmed this part of this photo play collection in that video as well. So I really need to get that video edited and up on my channel for you guys. But I am slacking a little bit. We've been out on vacation and camping and doing all the fun things. So I have been out of editing, and I need to get back in the swing of things. So I need to do some catch up, and finishing this one up, I'm just going to use some inks from my stash to do those stamping, and I'm going to pull out this Vicky Bouton stamp set for that arrow that you see there. I'm just going to stamp that in black and put that arrow kind of pointing up here to the camper or to the date. I can't remember offhand what I do. I think it's to the camper. But anyways, I colored that in with some Copics. As you can see, that part's done at this point. I hand wrote my date in there. I added that little globe sticker from the sticker sheet in that photo play collection to the right of my beautiful baby girl on that right side there. These are some camping photos, as I mentioned. So I have a couple photos of my baby girl sitting in the camper door, and then one of me and her on the left. And then this is just a scallop border die. It's just from my stash. They don't have it in stock in the charity shop anymore, unfortunately. There may be some still in stock that are a different brand. So I'll check that out and link that below for you as well if I can find that. And then I'm just going to add a couple more little sparkles here. So when I think of glitter, which is our theme today, I think of sequins, and these are some beautiful kind of flat backed sequins, but they're really sparkly. They're kind of like an ombre design. They're kind of like an orangish pink, and they kind of fade like an ombre effect. So I am just adding them using my sequin tool and some of the Nuvo glue. And then that's how I get another little way of adding sparkle or glitter to my layout. I've done a little bit of journaling there in the top left, and then here's what the finished spread turned out to look like. I hope you guys enjoyed this today. Just a super fun and quick video for you today, just showing you a couple ways how you can add glitter to your projects. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.